Hello, this is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chiles. Welcome to our video series on our YouTube channel called Peppers 101. In this video series, which I encourage you to tell your friends and everybody who loves chilies about, we will be taking you through a journey of learning about different types of chili peppers. Some you may be familiar with and some you may not. We won't be eating any chilies on camera, but we will be telling you about the origin or what country it's from, flavor, heat, whatever information we can gather. And we're open to suggestions. So if you know something about one of these chilies that I don't know, or you have information to correct me, please feel free to put it in the comments below. What we're looking at here right now is the 7-Pot Brainstrain. The 7-Pot Brainstrain, its origin, or its original origin, is from Trinidad. The 7-Pot Brainstrain is a selection off of the 7-Pot SR. SR stands for Sarah Ragunan, and she was a resident of Trinidad, a native of Trinidad, who now lives in Florida. She is responsible for turning us, a lot of us, on all over the world to Trinidad chilies in the mid-2000s. And I don't say mid-2000s as before 2010. Now the 7-Pot SR is the daddy of this. A man named Cappy in South Carolina, he took 7-Pot SRs and he did selection. Like there's always selection in agriculture and in livestock. He did selection and he selected chilies that were bigger and had a more bumpy or brainy texture. Now the 7-Pot SR, just to show you, let me get in focus here. 7-Pot SRs will have a little bit of a point on them like this one here. So you can see some of your 7-Pot Brainstrains are going to look exactly like 7-Pot SRs. And they can get bigger than this. But this is what a traditional 7-Pot SR would look like, having a little pointy, not a skinny tail, but a little pointy nipple on the end, okay? The 7-Pot Brainstrains can reach Scoville units over 1 million easily. As with all super hots, red and browns are the hottest variations of super hots. Let me move this out of the way. The 7-Pot Brainstrain has a fruity texture. Oh, by the way, a little bit more on Cappy. Cappy's from South Carolina. I don't even know, as of this date in August 2023, if he's still alive. He frequented the hot pepper forum, THP for short, where people shared their knowledge on chilies and gardening chilies. And it's still active today. But Facebook took a lot of people away from there. And so did other forms of social media. Let's show you a couple more good specimens right here. So, like I said, Cappy did selection for years and years. I guess a couple years at least, probably 2 or 3 at least. And then he called us the 7-Pot Brainstrain and shared it. It's very productive for super hots. It's very, very consistent. As you can see, most of the pods here have pretty much the same size and look, although you can get a lot bigger ones than this. It's all going to depend on growing conditions. Same thing with heat. It's going to depend on growing conditions. Here's some in transition color. It'll get a little orange red on it before it goes fully red. So the 7-Pot Brainstrain is a classic. And if you've grown all these other kooky super hot crosses that definitely don't have any stability, and you want peppers with some stability, I suggest you grow the 7-Pot Brainstrain or the Moruga Scorpion, or any of the Ghosts or Nagas, because you're going to have consistency in heat, flavor, size, shape. Now, I'm not telling you to not grow any of the kooky crosses that might look weird and are inconsistent. If you enjoy doing that, go ahead and do that. But it's always good to have some stuff that's going to be a little bit more consistent, and you know what you're going to get if you get it from a pure seed source like me. Because I am one of the top isolated seed sellers in the United States. There are a few smaller ones than me, but I'm the top guy for now. Later on, I might not be as I move into retirement in a few years. This is the 7-pot Brainstrain, and the plants will get probably 4 feet or more in height. And like I said, the flavor's kind of fruity. It definitely has a good heat. You will definitely get burned up by 7-pot Brainstrain. There's no reason really to seek out a lot of other hotter varieties, but if you want to do a ton of hotter varieties, then great. 7-pot Brainstrain is one that should be in your grow every year, in my opinion. So isolated seeds at www.superhotchilies.com. I hope you have enjoyed this video. You'll take care now.